I think we are live. Hello, everybody. Happy weekend to you. Sunday morning to some of you, afternoon, others, night to others on the other side of the planet. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. And all right, there we go. YouTube is saying we're live. So that's good. All right. Good news. All right. So, let me just get my desktop all set up here. Oh, yeah, one more thing. I knew there was something I was forgetting. There we go. So happy to see you all happy weekend, Zen friends. And for those of you new to the channel, welcome. We have a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor. So welcome. There's always room for more Zen friends. So we welcome you. And just quickly, how the free readings work, we do go down in order, first come, first serve down the chat. There is no special list or anything. The chat is it. You just put your question out there. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. We'll pull 1 to 2 cards, see what Spirit has. If you want a deeper reading or have your reading prioritized, making a donation of any kind will do that. You can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. We have our Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. And there's no set dollar amount. Whatever you give from your heart is the perfect amount. I know everyone's finances are different from day to day even, but also cost of living is different all across the world. So I know whatever you give from your heart is the perfect amount. And then I dive deeper, pulling more cards for those readings too. Once I'm done, I return back to the free readings. Second priority is my YouTube members. We have a couple, you'll see their names in green with little badges. So Happy Pill, hello, hello, and Nelia, hello. Shout out to my YouTube channel members. Part of their membership is that they do get prioritization. And on Sundays are special where whatever I don't get to in the 2 hours that I'm on, after I go spend a little time with my Praying Mantis YouTube members and eat, I come back on and finish out all readings. So if you put your question out in the chat today, you will get an answer from Spirit sometime today. But on Fridays and Saturdays, like this weekend, I didn't get to any free readings. I felt so bad. Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday night, I had so many donations, and my YouTube channel members, I didn't get to any of the free readings. That's why Sundays, I love that we do that. I used to do it all the time, but I went out of balance and got sick, and Spirit was like, "You can't do this all the time." So we're like, we agreed Sundays would be that day. So thank you for your patience in getting to the free readings. But for my YouTube channel members, where I was going with that is for donations and my YouTube channel members, I always complete their readings the day of, even on those days. And during the week, we meet on Wednesdays. I have 2 levels. Zen Cricket is $2.99 a month. Praying Mantis is $7.99 a month. We meet on Wednesdays in the evening for at least 2 hours from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Sometimes we go longer. And my Praying Mantis have Thursday nights, a special one for just them for at least a couple hours. And then Friday night and Saturday night, and after this Sunday session, we have at least an hour together with our Praying Mantis members too. So um, not a bad deal for $2.99 and $7.99 a month. Also, you get advanced access to all the videos that we're putting out. And oh my God, we are putting out a lot this year. 2025 is a huge adventure year for all of us, for humanity. We're evolving, we're transforming. There's so much happening in astrology and spiritual energy that this year we have. My theme is the quest for the 5 in 2025, which is the quest for the 5 elements. We have 4. I feel like I'm doing a cross. We have 4 elements. It's the compass. It's 4 elements, 4 directions we have in our life. We have our mental, emotional, energetic, and physical world. And the 4 elements, we provide different videos throughout the month talking about how we can use and transform the energies and tools that we can use to make it an easier journey instead of a harder journey. And then, of course, all of them point to the middle, which is the ethereal, the 5th element, the ether, our higher self. So it's pretty cool. We have some, in fact, we had our first quest video, which we have one of these a month. This one is all about the night of air. I'll just throw some links out here for everybody. And this is all about how to use our mental energy. So I like that. We also will have new moon, full moon, and when the sun changes sign. So yesterday we had the new moon Aquarius new moon video come out, which is next the 29th next week. It's also that is the first new moon is the lunar new year, so like the Chinese new year. It's the year of the snake. We could talk about that in the video. Also, Uranus goes direct, which rules over Aquarius, so that's bringing in some good energy. And then I know that's a beaver, but it's supposed to be a groundhog. They don't have an emoji for a groundhog. We have Groundhog Day also in the United States, where I think it's February 1st, because I think that's a I'll talk about that next week. We have the movement from winter into spring. There's like a celebration, but the little groundhog sees its shadow, it goes and hides again in 6 weeks more of winter, or it doesn't, and then spring comes early. Um, we actually pull a card in there or a couple to get clarity and find out, are we going to have 6 more weeks of winter? Or is spring coming early? All right. So we have that. Also, each week we have a Zen Bite, which is a little small video that it's like a little short 3-minute, 4-minute video that talks about things on how we can get back to our Zen or keep us in our Zen. And then I mentioned we had the Aquarius last Sunday when the sun went into Aquarius. So happy birthday, all you Aquarius sun babies. In this one too, there's we pull a card for each zodiac sign to get the energies for this month from um, the January 19th to I think it's like February 18th, February 9th when we go into Pisces season. So some great stuff there. We also have solstice readings. So each quarter I'll have the solstice and equinox readings. So this one goes from December 20th to like March 20th, the winter solstice to the spring equinox. And then we'll have a new one for the spring equinox. That's by each element. So it's air signs, fire signs, water signs. And if you haven't checked out your 2025 forecast yet, wait, let me come back to that because I want to talk about a special drawing for that too. But we also have Zen gates each month, like January 1st, 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4, and we'll talk about those portals. This one was the Magician's Portal because it's the one in the Major Arcana. It talks about how to use our energy. So a lot, you can see that there's a lot of stuff that comes out weekly, monthly, quarterly, and then annually. But Spirit is providing a lot. All these things are free, but you get advanced access to those if you're a YouTube channel member. And if you're interested, there is a link down below if you want to get into that. But when I put out the 2025 energy forecasts, here we go. I actually have a little drawing that I'm doing. So I've had 3 winners so far. We have 2 drawings left. I can't believe we're at the end of January already. So one will be probably tomorrow is when I'll pull it and announce it. So you still have time to get into that one. And then the final one for this specific drawing on February 3rd. All you have to do is watch one of those videos. Somewhere in the video, it talks about how you can get into the drawing. And then you get your forecast as well for the year. Some great information with all that. And it does talk about a lot of the big energies that are happening this year, just to be aware of too. So if you're interested, boom, boom. And I do offer personal readings. There's another link down in the description box if you really want to dive deep and get some really clear additional answers too. All right. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. That's enough, brudda-zen. I know. I want to make sure you guys know all this free stuff that's out there. Because if it's there and no one knows about it, doesn't do no good, right? All right. So let's jump in here. We are going to continue to use the Craft Cards Tarot, which looks like this if you guys are interested in picking it up for yourself. And we do have a donation, so we will start there with Patty. So, Patty, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. All right. And good day to you. So, you wanted to know if you initiated a mutual separation from the company, would it be a bad move for you financially? Would you cover your obligations till next job? All right, let's take a look here. So, based on current energies, if you left, would your finances be appropriate to keep you afloat until you got the next job? All right, let's take a look here. So let's see what we have here. All right. And this one here. Yeah. I feel like here, the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Swords, which is, our fears, our nightmare, our insomnia. And, when we focus on our fears, we grow our fears. And underneath it is the power of choice card, the Chariot, which when we look at these other things, it shows that you would be fine here. But the underlying energy is um, it depends on your power of choice too, right? Because if I am like, I'm not going to have enough, I'm not going to have enough, I'm not going to have enough. Oh my God, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm not going to have enough. What am I doing? I'm inviting in the I'm not going to have enough energy, right? And so if I focus on gratitude and joy and go, all right, creator, I feel like you're guiding me to do this and that it's okay for me to do this and you're going to make sure I'm okay, you know. Um, so thank you for always providing for me. You are the bringer of my sustenance. And then I can do this. Um, so we can do that, it's, you might have to like just don't go crazy on our spending, right? It's like I'm going to be a good steward of the money that I do have and cut corners where I can until I have that coming in. Yeah. We're focusing on our needs, not our wants during that transition. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's an option because in the middle here you have the Two of Swords, which is that's one thing you can do. You could head off and do that, um, but the other can be, um, looking while you still have a job, right? Is it absolutely necessary to leave the job before you, find another one, or can you just kind of take your energy and just know that it's temporary? You're like, okay, this is just income to help me while I'm looking for another job. And then you change your attitude toward the job and just go, you know what, I can hold out here. Or if they're going to fire me, then they fire me. And depending on your country where you're at, I don't know if you guys have unemployment, but then you're like, all right, well, I can always do that. But um, um, so there's options, right? It's not like an absolute that you have to, but we have here on one side we had the Empress, which is abundance, birthing, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, the Queen of Wands, puts a fire under your butt. And I know, like, if I'm looking for another job while I have a job, sometimes, I kind of take my time about it and there's not a lot of urgency about it. But if I don't have a job, boy, I'm boom, 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 right? Uh, really putting a lot of effort. That's that Queen of Wands, putting a lot of fire and getting it done, right? So I can see that. Also being a self motivator. Um, but yeah, and you have the joy, you have the Three of Cups, the joy, and the Eight of Cups, leaving behind the relationship that doesn't serve you. And the Three of Cups also represents community and your spiritual posse, that you have support. You're not in everything alone. And so you do have support on the journey. So I do feel here with all that, they're saying, yeah, you just have to stay out of the lower vibration. Otherwise, it doesn't, you know, um, align your energy with receiving, right? Because if we're focusing on fears and want and need, those things push things away or draw on the things we fear or repel things out of our life we fear will leave our lives, right? So being aware of your energy is important with your power of choice. And it's like, all right, this is a great opportunity for me to go live my dream. And it's not running away from something, it's moving towards something that Mother Nature, Mother Nurture that nurtures you. Um, and if it's like in this place where it's like, um, I just can't be here anymore, it's impacting my health, then you get to do what you want for yourself and you will you'll have enough. So I like that. Boom, boom, boom. All right. And that's what they have for you, Patty. So many blessings to you. All right. Oh, wait. Don't go. Don't go. I also want to give you a fortune cookie. Sorry, I have to get into my little rhythm here. So I do want to um, pull from here. This is the well-being cards from Esther Hicks, who channels Abraham. Oh, wow. There is an abundance of everything. Shortage is only a perception. Shut up. It says you keep thinking there is a shortage of abundance, but shortage is only a perception. There is a never ending stream of abundance. There's no shortage whatsoever. Wow, I love that. And look, see, singing, the bird sings joy. And again, when we focus on joy, gratitude, unconditional love, laughter, that aligns us with receiving all of that. Wow, that's perfect. I love it. All right, so that is your message, Patty. Thank you again. All right. Excuse me, Johanna. Hello, hello. Shout out to my YouTube channel members. Thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. And then Maria, I did get your PayPal, the PayPal, so you'll be up after that. All right. Hi. So you want to know, was Jonas giving you a hint of attraction to me, or were you imagining it today? You just want to double check. You're so funny. You can't call them J because you already have a J. You're like, sorry, Jonas. I already have a J in my in my alphabet. So what's your middle name? Maybe. All right, let's take a look here. What do they want you to know about Jonas? Oh, don't feel like any of those. He won't be joining the alphabet. That's funny. All right. So let's take a look here. So, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Justice card. The Justice card is a lot more mental energy than anything that's coming in here. There's this balanced mental energy. That's the bottom of the deck. So I kind of feel like they're just kind of, maybe they're an air sign, but I just feel like they're, or Capricorn, Virgo, those are other big thinkers. I kind of feel like they just kind of are up here a lot. Let's see what else they have here. They got the King of Cups, balance of head and heart. So there's this lot of balance that comes in here. That's interesting. So hinting at attraction. Yeah. We have the Five of Cups, which is this focus on emotional, like emotional things haven't worked out so well for them. The Three of Wands is they tend to take a different route from emotions. It's like they take the what do they call the scenic route in approaching emotion. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, and this reinforces they have a lot of fears around making their romantic notions and emotions known here. So they're really iterating here. I don't think they meant to, right? Yeah, the scenic route. Yeah. I feel like they the 7 of Wands is about like the sun. They don't ask permission to shine. They don't dim their light. And with the Magician and the Ace of Swords, there's this energy of like they don't hint. They don't take hints very well, and they don't hint. Um, if they want you to know something, you know it. I mean, they're like, you're like, hi, whoa. So I don't feel. I'm so sorry that they were hinting at anything because they don't hint. Now, you know, so your question was, were they giving you a hint? And but I don't think you weren't imagining the attraction. I feel like there was attraction there, um, but they weren't trying to hint at anything, and they're not acting on it. But you, with your empathic energies, that you're feeling people's emotions more and more and more, you're going to pick up on stuff that is not being said and not happening there, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so he wasn't giving you a hint. He wasn't doing that, but you were picking up on what was going on inside him. And he gets attracted to a lot of people, but he doesn't act on a lot of it either because he's like, he takes the scenic route. He's like, I just, he doesn't trust people a whole lot. And so he's just very, you know, around the bout. Same. Yeah. Yeah. So, but I feel like you did pick it up that there's this attraction that's there. Um, but yeah, it wasn't, it was to be kept inside of him. And that's the thing. It's a good kind of um awareness or a good growth opportunity for us as we expand our empathic abilities. It was tough when I was in relationships when my empathic abilities started to go up because I started feeling all sorts of stuff, and it wasn't fair to them because I'd be like, "Why are you angry with me?" And they're like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "I can feel everything that's going on." They're like, "Get out of there. It's none of your business. If I wanna talk about it, I'll talk about it," you know? That's the kind of thing. We kind of, like, use the awareness for ourselves, and then if we feel nudged from spirit to talk to some with something that the information they're giving us, okay, then we know it's from spirit, it's not from our own insecurities or my own fears like I was doing in that moment. You just learn to it's information and let me just roll with it and see what I need to do with that, or I could do that. So it's fun. So enjoy that, Johanna. Oh, and let me give you I want to give you an art of manifestation oracle. Let's see what else they want you to know. Just about doesn't have to necessarily be about them, but just about your life today. Yeah, I like it. That's good that they're not being added to your alphabet because it says stay on course. You are facing some big stuff in your life right now, and this card is a request that you keep going and stay on course, however challenging this may feel. Please be reassured that right now this is the appropriate way forwards. The universe supports your direction, and slow and steady progress is assured. No distractions. No distractions. I love it. Yay. All right. So thank you, my dear. Much love to you. Thank you again for your donation. And then we are to Maria. Maria. Let me expand this. Whoa. Simmer down, mouse. All right. There we go. You are welcome. All right, Maria. Thank you so much for your donation. And the Sunday afternoon episode of Days of Our Lives. So, what are Walter's feelings and thoughts towards you and your relationships? We'll do an energetic check in, see what's going on with them. Yeah, they want to just join feelings and thoughts together. So he hardly talks about his house closing on Thursday, but he mentioned it to you. You just hardly talk about it. His thoughts on you in the house conversation. Oh, okay. All right. And then his thoughts on your late night talk till 4 a.m. Oh my gosh. Oh, all right. Boom. All right. Let's make some space here. We are getting into some information evidently there. All right. And then has he spoke to anyone about you and him? Just his priest. No, I'm just kidding. Where did that come from? That's funny. Father, forgive me. That's just a joke. All right. Anything spirit wants you to know. I tell you. So, all right. So the feelings and thoughts of Walter towards you. All right. Well, we'll start off here because we've got the Nine of Cups, which is joy, joy overflowing. It's like emotional dreams come true, right? So I like that. It's just like um, very, very much happiness filling up with happiness, right? Also, the Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, the nurturer, you know. Um, so there's that mother energy, the nurturing energy that he just sees from you. And then the Ace of Swords, too. You know, I feel like they're like, and we'll see what this 4 a.m. conversation, but this is what they're kind of telling me is not kind of, this is what they're telling me is they're kind of, I don't know, I'm doing kind of, but there's this processing or just kind of I keep on saying kind of, but it's going over this a reflection of your guys' times together. And I'm just going, I really love this about you. And then the conversation with that Ace of Swords, it's like we have great communication and there's, this I just you click mentally, you click emotionally, you obviously click physically, and you click energetically. And they're just looking at this going, wow, it's just so cool. And this is where that joy comes from is there's like this gratitude and appreciation. So I like that. So that is for that. And then the house. So his thoughts about you in the house conversation. Yeah. Um, it's you know, it's funny. Well, we'll start here because the devil card is here first. This is the shaking and the rattling of the cage. And so I know they're like, he knows when you guys talk about it, that even if you don't talk about it, that, here's the high priestess um, energy that comes in here. So I like this. He knows. He goes, I know it bothers you, and so I don't want to talk about it with you because I know how much it bothers you even if you don't talk about it. And he has the Six of Swords, you know, which is leaving old ways of thinking and behind and moving to new ways of thinking, leaving old ways of communicating behind and talk about other things. And that makes sense too. He's like, I'd rather talk to you about something that brings you joy, that, allows us to laugh, allows us to, interact than something that makes you take a step back and and makes you feel uncomfortable. And he's okay with that, right? He's just like, whatever, and he's cool with that because it's that. And then there's also there's this in addition to that, is what they're adding on. He's just tired of talking about it. It's stressful enough. He goes, if I talk about it, then I'm just going to think about it more. I'm rather talk about other things. So there's that. It's not personal. in a way that he's like, it's a secret. I don't want to talk to you about it. He just like, just let's talk about other stuff, kind of energy. So I like that. And then let's see. Oh, his thoughts last night on your late night talk. Yeah. Ace of Cups. It's a good flow of love and a good flow of emotional energy. It's happiness in a way overflowing, but it just allowed them to kind of fill up and overflow. That Nine of Cups, that's like you fill up on the inside and it flows out, and it just makes them. When you guys talk, the way you guys talk, and there's that "you get me" kind of energy that they just feel like I'm seen and I can talk and that, right? And I don't feel like he has had that before, because I feel like he's always had to like, you know, um, like opposites with a lot of people, but you guys are a lot alike in a lot of ways. Like I said, you have that connection, um, all there. Yeah. And it's an equal giving and receiving with the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. They see and reflect on, you know, putting in well, it's not blood, sweat, and tears with your guys's communications, but the both the Six and the Eight of Pentacles feels like it's beneficial. It's equally beneficial, and they like that they don't just feel like they have to overgive and give and give and give, but that you're teaching him that he can receive too, and that and you're also learning that too. It's like two givers learning to receive, and I like that. Yeah, we got the Four of Wands, happy, happy, joy, joy. That comes in here. The Eight of Wands, a lot of passion was kind of amplified during your conversations. La la la. And then got the Judgment card here too. I feel like they're so ready here. This is about the calling. We talked about before how they have something they really want to do in their lives that they don't talk to anyone else about. He's so close to sharing some dreams. He might have hinted at some stuff, but he's so close to of going, it just click. You would get it. You would get it. You would understand. But I'm not ready yet. So I like that. But so close, close. So you guys are really, I like that energy. And then has he spoken to anyone about you guys together here? It's funny. We have justice, maybe to the judge. No, that was the priest I was talking about here. Uh, you know, I I don't feel like they have, because the Justice card with the balancing scales, the Two of Pentacles balancing the outside world, and the Sun card, which is all about the brightness and the sunshine and the inner child, keeping it all to themselves right now. And not that they don't, it's just they don't want to create drama. They're like, I'm trying to achieve balance, and I feel if I talk about it, then um, you know, it's going to get back to his ex, and then then there's the blah 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 blah, and then with other friends and stuff. I feel like as one really close friend, he's getting close to talking about that, but I just feel he's been so busy, he hasn't had time to really hang out with that best friend that he has. But I just feel like he's like, people want to understand. People will, oh my god, you're not even gone out of that one yet, and you're going into another one. Blah, blah, blah. What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. He's just like trying to get balance and peace, and I'm just going to enjoy the bright light that it is. I'm not going to let anyone come in as a thunderstorm and you know uh, block out the sunshine. I'm keeping the sunshine for me right now, so I like it. So it's not about ashamed or anything like that. It's um, just I want to enjoy it for what it is. I don't want to ruin it by having other people blah blah blah. They're low negative energy. They're like, I'm just gonna keep this for me. And then anything else spirit wants you to know. Yeah. Well, so here's the priest. He did talk to the priest. No, I'm just kidding. So you have a death and rebirth, transformation, and the Hierophant, you know, the capital T truth being drawn and and there is this, the Hierophant is like the justice of the peace. It's the contract makers, the agreement makers. And I feel like you guys, there is this transformation that is happening and heading towards where it will become um, more committed, officially, kind of thing, in the future. And so they're just like, just again, focus on gratitude for what is, as much as possible, because that's what grows that. When we start looking at, are they telling me about other people? Like we talked about, are they going to sleep over? Going to have a sleepover? Are they telling me about other people? Are they talking about it? This. It's like, we start to grow those doubts. We start to grow those things. And so it's, curiosity here and there. That's okay, right? It's like, what did I hear? It was actually RuPaul I saw on Instagram, and because they're talking about someone asked them about all the stuff that's going on in the United States, and um, all the stuff that's going on in the world, and what do you do? And do you just not look at it all? And they're like, no, it's okay to look at darkness, just not stare at it. And I loved that. What a great thing. It's okay to glance and go, glance at your fears, but don't stare at our fears, right? So I like that for you. And then let me get you a fortune cookie. Let me just put all these cards back in. There's quite a few. All right. There we go. So I feel like you get an Art of Manifestation Oracle for your fortune cookie. All right. I do want that one. Let's see what this is here. Yeah. Open the floodgates. Whoa. I love that beautiful picture. The mountains. If we are unable to acknowledge and talk about our feelings, they stack up and build up like a pressure cooker waiting to blow, coloring our ability to see clearly. This card calls you to acknowledge your emotions and find a way to release them, right? So, not hold them in, but glance at it and let them flow. And then you're not recycling them over and over again. So, what fears do you have around that they haven't slept over yet, that they haven't, told anyone about you yet, that they don't talk about the house? Anything that is like a concern or a fear, it's helpful to allow the feeling to flow and look at it and what's the fear underneath it so that you can transform it. And then you don't, it's not like they're not stacking up, right? You're letting them go. It says, write down your thoughts and feelings, and if needed, reach out for professional help. All right. So that is what they have for you, Maria. So thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. And then we had some more of my YouTube channel members come in. Hey, Faith and Love. Hello, hello. And Moonlight. Hello, hello. And Kelly. Oh my gosh. Good to see everyone. And Moonlight, thank you so much for your slippery banana sticker there. Whoa. And your donation. So thank you. So let's see what we have here. How is R feeling about you today? What's his future actions and what is he telling his friends? Uh-oh. All right. All right. Drinking some yummy, yummy peppermint tea. Helps with sinuses. Reminds me of Christmas. Okay, let's take a look here, Moonlight. So, how is R feeling about you today? All right. Got those. And then what is his future actions? Based on current energies, of course. Yes, yes, we know that. Oh, time tea, huh? You suddenly had him slipping by. That's funny. So, time tea. is great for airways too. Oh, okay. Hmm. All right. Just I have to write that down because we know I'll forget. Help with seasonal allergies. So time tea. Now I have Cyndi Lauper's "Time After Time" song playing in my head. Oh, just time, wild time. Oh, okay. Well, I've got time. Well, if they have time tea, wouldn't that be appropriate? No? Alright, we're seeing what is he telling his friends here, Moonlight? I am focusing. Alright. This is what else they want you to know here too. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. So, Moonlight, on the bottom of the deck, and I start off so it's not it's it's like preparing people. So you have the 8 of cups on the bottom. And it is about walking away from emotions and relationships that don't serve you anymore. So there's like this just a reminder from spirit going, don't You don't go down that pathway, right? Don't put energy into them. I just feel like they're saying that there's something better for you, something that's more in alignment with you, I think. You don't like them time after time? Yeah. Yeah, and so, his future actions, you know, it just the full card is ending of an old cycle, right? An ending and a beginning. And I feel like it's a dual message here for you. It's like this is them showing you with your power to start a new adventure, leave that cycle behind, start a new adventure as well. I feel like they're kind of going like, who cares about how they're feeling, and actually, because we're asking how are they feeling about you, I feel like they have a feeling and they just know that you're leaving, um there's an ending, and I feel like that's their feelings is that it's an ending, that's here. Yeah, but his feelings for you, he knows that you have started a new adventure, and Queen of Wands you don't mess with because whatever she puts her energy towards and does, she will accomplish. She's fire, you will get burned if you try to mess with it here. Yeah, we'll see what his future actions are here, but I feel like he's like it could be, like, on your responses and stuff, whatever, but I just feel like they're going, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get them back." Let's see here, his future actions, though. Mm. Yeah, he got the 6 of Cups, which is about the past, trying to come back from the past, right? And, um, and this is those they're gonna continue with the Page of Swords and the King of Cups. The Page of Swords is more communication. um, Saying I've like you said, um, I'm and the King of Cups is like this ideal partner, and so they're when you're talking about them saying that they've changed, this is that energy of I'm going to continue to tell you how I've changed, and that I'm now perfect for you, and it's like, no, and that's what I whenever anyone wants to come back and they're telling us they've changed, I love how spirit, they would give messages like, "Don't tell me you've changed. I'll tell you what." And this is if spirit is going, "Ugh." But if you have a choice. If you really want to like, well, I'd rather see if they've changed, um, and we'll see. Maybe I will give them another chance if they can prove they've changed. If you want to, give it a try so that you gave it a try and know, or rather than never have tried and never know, you know? And that's okay. It's our human adventure. There's no judgment. But Spirit usually says, like, all right, so we're not together. You're not coming into my house. You're not doing this or this, but you can date me for, let's say, 2 months, 3 months. I would say like 3 months because you're going to see their reaction and go, we'll have 3 months. And if you can show me that you've changed for these 3 months and it's regular interactions, people can fake it for 30 days, right? They can fake it in interactions. But over 90 days, it will show itself, right? Um, and if not, if they've been doing it for 90 days, then it takes like what, 30 or 60 days to change a habit. Then maybe they change anyway. But this is all about what are their next actions. I'm going to prove it to you. Really? No, I have. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. And it's all about talk with the Page of Swords. So very interesting. Yeah. Will you choose the 3-month packet? Yeah, and that's what happens, right? We can see. Yeah. Well, but do you need him in your life? I mean, he needs me in his life. It's like, sorry. But you get to have your boundaries. Yeah, and like Johanna says though, will he choose that 3-month packet? And if they're like, 3 months, oh, all right. Well, thank you for showing me you haven't changed. All right. And then what is he telling his friends? All right. Yeah, he's telling his friends, with the 9 of Pentacles, that you're self-sufficient, you're fine without him, and I'm abandoned, I'm left behind. Woo woo, sad story. Getting the attention and playing the victim with his friends. I know she doesn't need me, and I'm left behind. I'm abandoned. Oh, hey, buddy. Well, let's take out to eat, or let's get you some drinks. Yeah, but he's playing the victimhood there, right? And he's telling his friends, "I'm so confused." 7 of Cups. I'm so confused, and King of Swords. Is the master of communication, and in a way is like, I'm telling him change, I'm telling him all the things I feel, I'm opening up. It's like, okay, sure, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he's telling him that he is trying to spark back here, so he is telling him he's trying to get you back with the Ace of Wands and the Lovers card. He's like, yeah, yeah, and a little bit of the Ace of Wands, passionate energy too is, you know things that we don't talk about on YouTube, but they're just, you know, talking about, yeah, um, I'm gonna get back together with them and da 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 da. So they are telling him all that, but yeah, yeah. And that's what happens, right? When we have a victim attitude, we draw the events and people and situations into our life that'll bring that for us, right? But I like that 8 of Cups on the bottom that Spirit gave you. It's just like, um, you already know. It's like you can't prove it to me. It's like when my first um my first ex when they betrayed trust. It was like 6 months into the relationship, but we stayed together for 3 years trying to make it work. But at some point, they were like, "What do I have to do to gain your trust back?" And I was like, this was before cell phones, were big. They were like cell phones were very like the big ones in the car, and pagers were the big things, but that were coming about at the time. This was a long time ago, obviously. Yeah, like 30 years ago. Oh my gosh, I'm getting old. But, uh but I was like, "You have to carry a pager with you, and every time I call, you gotta call me back within 10 seconds, and we're gonna have a private investigator follow you, when you're not at work or not at home." They were like, "Seriously?" And I'm like, "Yep, that's the only way." And when I realized it, I'm like, you can't gain back my trust, so it's over, and that's when I realized I'm done because you can't gain my trust back, and, you know. So, I feel like you know that it's done, and it's okay to go, you know? It's nice in the beginning when people try to get back together with us. Our ego, our human loves it, right? It's like, "Oh, you desire me. You think I'm worth trying to convince me and you're pursuing me. It's nice." But then when we realize, "Nah, I don't need that. I don't need someone else to validate me. No, I don't need someone to apologize to me. I don't need that validation either. I'm strong enough here, right?" All right. So that is what they have for you. Oh, wait, you get your fortune cookie too. Getting old too, I know, right? I'm grateful that I've lived this long. But had I known I was going to live this long, I would have taken care better of myself. Yeah, look at this. Empower yourself. Ta-da! Dun, 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 dun. And it says, empowerment does not mean that we have power over others. It means that we have power over ourselves. We honor our capacity for free will and conscious choice whilst honoring the same in others. And this card asks you to evaluate your present situation and to take an ownership of your right to choose with a recognition of the entitlement of others to do the same, right? They can choose whatever they want, but you get to choose for you. I love that. All right. So, love it, love it, love it. Yeah. And it's okay to look at that and go, you know, what why is it affecting you? And when those feelings come up, right? That's like what am I fearing is the root of it all. And if I'm like, I can't quite understand what I'm fearing, you can ask yourself, what am I trying to fix? What are my expectations, right? What am I trying to control? Those things will point to our fears. And then we can go, oh, there it is. I see. And, especially if it's what are they telling other people? Well, his friends, I don't care if they're just believing him, then they're making poor choices anyway. And who wants to worry about opinions of people who make poor choices? It's like someone giving you relationship advice that um, has horrible relationships. You're like, gotcha. Thank you for that. Too funny. All right. So many blessings, my dear. I'm glad you had a nice weekend anyway, though. All righty. So let's jump in here. All right. And then let me just take a look here. All right. Energy and Life of Jane. Thank you so much. I did get your donation via Z PayPal. And then Brenda, you'll be up after that. All right. And I did see some people asking, can I ask a question? So just real quick before I jump into your reading here, Jane. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to ask at all. I appreciate you asking, but yeah, you can just put your question out in the chat. And Sunday is special that I'm on for 2 hours. I'll be on for another about an hour and 10 minutes. And whatever I don't get to in that time frame, I go spend like an hour or so with my Praying Mantis members. And then I go eat, and then I come back on and finish out all readings. So you will today, definitely everyone will get messages from Spirit today. It may just be a couple hours after the session, but I will come back on and make sure everyone gets those. Free readings are 1 to 2 question answers if you want a deeper reading or have it prioritized. A donation of any kind will do that. You can use the super chat down below in the description box of the video. We got Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. Also, yeah, I think that's the big thing for those. So there you go. First time here. Well, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your donation too. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Zen friends. All right. So, okay, so you have another session with someone you know. Okay. And okay, and is it best to do that last session? Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. And I do love your energy. I do feel, gosh, a peace that you haven't felt in a very, very long time. And um isn't it amazing that we don't realize how stressed and how much is going on, um, and then, when we have peace, but even then, it's like we feel so peaceful, but true peace is still lower, it's like we make different, cycles and, um, it's like they're showing me there were these great, mineral water caves or the what do they call those? They're like the hot springs. Duh. And this one that we went with some friends once, they had like this one was lukewarm, and then you go into the next one, it's hotter, and then you go into the next one, it's oh my god, so hot. And then there's one where you'll boil if you stay in it too long. And it's like we move from, different degrees when we get used to it, and then we're like, "Oh, there's more." And then it's like the really, really loud stuff when it gets quiet, when those things are removed, then the next louder things seem louder, and then the next lower loud, quieter things seem louder, and eventually our silence we're so used to silence instead of noise that when something's noisy, it seems so, so loud when it really isn't as loud as it used to be. But we just got used to having more peace, right? I love that. All right, well, let's see what Spear has for you. Sorry. They took me off on a adventure with you there. All right, let's take a look here. So is it for your highest to do that last session? And then I feel like they just want more stuff to tell you too. They like taking the opportunity to share. Yeah, we like the bottom of the deck. You have the energy of the Nine of Pentacles, which is about being alone in a garden with spirit. Spirit is this. They always have a bird in there usually, so they're like this feeling of independence energy that's here. And so I feel like they're just acknowledging how um, it's not how strong you've become, but how aware you have become of your strength. Because you've always had it, but we have these beliefs that we grow up with of like, oh, I need these people, I need this to happen in my life, I need that. But you're really stepping into your strength and you're finding that, wow, I was Wonder Woman all along. Who knew? I wonder what that lasso was. That outfit in the closet, I was like, "What is that? Is that mine?" You're like, "It is. You just forgot for a little while." All right. So is it for your highest good? Your spirit guides are hilarious. But so I like this. Let's see. Is it for the highest good to go to this last session? Right. So you have the Two of Wands coming in here. Let's look at all the cards. Yeah, you have the Ten of Cups. Joy, 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 joy. Again, you have the Two of Swords. I like this. And the Ace of Swords, too. So, and I feel like it is supported. But they're like, there's no wrong choice here with the twos are like the choice cards, right? Energetic choice and choice of mindset. Um, and I feel like with this last, it would be the last session, right? And the Ten of Cups is the final, the ending as well. But I feel like with that Ace of Swords, there's just a little bit of like there's one piece, at least one piece of knowledge, higher knowledge that you glean during the session. And they're like, it is good for you to go to the completion and do that. But but I feel like with the twos, it's like there's no wrong choice. You could not go, and you'll have different experiences in your life. Um, but the other choice is that it will bring you some more information that will help you. And they're telling me that you'll learn that information eventually. It'll just take longer for you to um, glean the knowledge. So this will be like I don't know, like a leap forward for you to do that because you'll get the information sooner, so you'll apply it sooner, which will expand your paths as well. But it's not a like a do or die, kind of thing. They're like it is good for you to do that, but it's not about um, like use it or lose it kind of thing. Like you're going to get the knowledge. You can either get the knowledge now with going to that last session, or like a year from now as you're going through this. It's like okay. So they're showing me in my mind here. You can either take this um, busy freeway that takes you directly to something, or you can take the scenic route that takes you off course and makes the trip last 4 more hours. That's the kind of energy they're bringing in. That's funny. So you're like, okay, I can choose to take the scenic route and learn the lesson on my own and go up and down and go through all these winding curves and eventually get back and you know and then but 4 hours later than I would have. And that's like maybe 4 months later or a year later that you'll get there instead of earlier. So I like that for you. Let's see what else they had here because they said, oh, and then while we have your attention, let's see what else we have. Yeah, they really are with the Six of Wands celebrating you here. This is you on the horse. The wreath up here is the victory wreath, saying this is all your spiritual posse high fiving you, group hug, fist bumping, going, wow, you have really done your work. You have really invested the time and the energy and the attention in there. Yeah. And yeah, the Page of Cups. So you really have expanded. The pages are like, so you have the 10 of Cups in this other one, right? The Page of Cups would be like card number 11 in the deck, like they have the Jack, the Queen, the King, and regular playing cards. That's up there. And it's about an upgrade that you've moved ahead and um, moved completed a cycle, and you're completing a cycle, and you've moved up to further. And you have the Two of Cups here, which is about relationship, but this is the relationship. I feel the relationship with spirit, the relationship with your higher self, the relationship with your inner children, your mental children, your emotional, child children, because we have different ones, right? Different expressions. Um, but very much connected there. And the more that you have been raising your love vibration, looking at your self love, your self worth, and transforming these things, you have started to see your relationships with others change. And that's what it's all about. Our relationship to ourselves, our self love, is reflective in all our relationships. And the more we expand this, the more we expand our ability to give and receive love to those in the outside world, right? Because we can't give more love than we have for ourselves, nor receive more love from others than we have for ourselves. So in the beginning, when we have self love like that, and we're giving all this love, it's drip, drip, and people are trying to give us love and it's drip, drip, right? But as we expand that, this expands. So our self love, our relationship with spirit and our higher selves has been expanding that. And I feel like you're going to start to see a lot of change in your relationships in the outside world too. Yeah. So your viewpoint has changed, like with this Five of Wands. You see how it's like a kung fu movie that it starts off and it feels like they're all battling and they're trying to beat each other up. the amazing thing with the 5 of Wands is, like, eventually 4 of them are down, exhausted, and 1's barely standing, and you're like, "Oh god, what are they gonna do now? Finish them all off?" But then they all start laughing, and they help each other up, and, walk buddy buddy down a pathway back to the Buddhist monastery, put away all their weapons and staves, and have a meal together in the meal hall, and you realize, "Oh, these are Buddhist nuns and monks that were trying to help each other improve their skills." And so it was out of love they were helping each other, not out of hate and trying to do that. And I feel like that's something else that they're saying that you'll realize even more and more is that all these wonderful teachers we've had in our life, all these wonderful relationships, romantic, friends, family, coworkers, whatever in our lives, all of these relationships were mirrors showing us and reflecting back to us what we wanted to see about ourselves till we see it. And they were good teachers because boy, they really brought those lessons home, didn't they? But I love that. So I feel like they just wanted to make sure you're aware of your progress and look at the changes that are happening and look at these revelations that are coming too. And you realize that what people did or did not do, said or did not say was not um, an attack, but it was for you to help you bring freedom. So I love that. All right. And then for your fortune cookie, you get an Art of Manifestation Oracle. Let's see what they have here for you. Ooh, the cycles of the moon. Here's the ending of a cycle, beginning of a new adventure. So this is all about cycles here. So this card invites you to attune yourself with the rhythms of the moon. Notice how the phases of the moon affect your energy and learn to use these energetic shifts within you to enhance your capacity to be consciously co creative in all aspects of your life, especially emotions. And the more you're getting in tune with your emotional body, the more like your empathic ability, feeling other people's emotions is also expanding more and more and more, right? And, if you don't already, I mean, I'm an Aquarius sun, Capricorn rising, but then I have got like a Pisces moon and a stellium in Pisces and all this other water trines and grand trines and all this stuff in my chart. I used to think I was on the verge of emotional instability when I was expanding and opening up because my emotions were up, down, all around, everywhere like that. And, it's because, of course, we go through the moon cycle, we go through the entire zodiac every 28, 29 days ish. And so every 2 to 3 days, the moon changes signs and we go from fire to earth to air to water, fire, earth, air, water, fire, earth, air, water. And then we start all over again. And there's this great energy. I mean, there's a different flavor of the energy of all the different 3 fire signs, 3 water signs, and all that, right? And so when we realize the emotional energy changes every 2 to 3 days, when we're aware of it, we can ride the wave instead of getting hit by it and drowned, right? So I love that for you. So that is what they have for you, Jane. So glad to meet you and thank you for your donation again. Hopefully that helps and enjoy, and hopefully we'll see you around. You are a Pisces. Boom. Yep. I get it. I get it. So you definitely that's very fitting. You're like, "Oh yeah, even though we're fish and we swim in the water, it's like I don't want to get thrown away by the waves. I'm going to ride the waves like a dolphin, right?" All right. I love it. So many blessings to you. Thank you again. All right. And then we have Brenda, and then Maria. I did get your second donation via Z PayPal, so we'll jump back over there in a moment. All right, Brenda, thank you for the rainbow unicorn and your donation. And in a general, am in love for today, please, with Billy. Maybe if you can, about money too. Sure, we could throw it in here. All right. Let's take a quick sip of my peppermint tea. Okay. So, a general about the billy goat. I'm doing good, Brenda. How are you? Oh, you're quite all right. I have Zen friends all over the world, and luckily, Spirit just speaks Spirit, and so they understand everything, even if brudda-zen sometimes doesn't. And that is great. I'm just glad we're all able to be together and connect here. So let's take it here. General with Billy, and then let's talk about finances too here. Okay. All right. So what is going on with the Billy? So you have the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Wands. And very interesting energy. Let's see what else we have here too. Oh my gosh. And then the Queen of Cups and the Two of Cups. You know, it's interesting here. I mean, because you got the queen that rolls over the suit with the Eight of Wands. You got the queen that rolls over the suit with the Two of Cups. So the Queen of Cups, very intuitive, right? But she's the master of emotion. And both of these, the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, very intuitive, very connected to spirit. This has to do with your relationship with the billy goat and the passion. So you've got the love and the passion that comes from the relationship with them. And it's very interesting. Oh. We'll see here. But this is about you ruling over your passion, you ruling over your emotion, and that your energy, like with the Eight of Wands, that's a lot of passion, that's a lot of, energetic movement, a lot of passionate movement. But the Queen of Wands, I mean, she rules that. So it's like the energy I'm getting with these two cards regarding them is like they are more reactive to what you put forward than they are leading or expressing themselves. So it feels like that, like they're more reactive than responsive. And what I mean by that is like, so you're like, hey, da 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 da. And then they're like, oh, hey, da 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 da. But then if you don't do something, then they kind of just drift until you do something, then like, "Hey, da 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 da," and I feel like they're more reactive than they are have an initiation, initiative, them taking action, them, "I'm gonna do this," and they'll do it every once in a while, right? They'll just kinda go, "Bloop, bloop," but I feel like they're more reactive with them, and it's like, "I'm a queen, but I want a king," right? I'm an empress, I want an emperor. Well, for some people, it's okay. Some very um, strong women want a quiet, submissive partner because they don't want to compete for the power and the attention. But you're not that. You're strong, but you're not. You want a king to go along with you. You don't want a knight who obeys your orders, right? Sometimes. I know, right? We're like, "Well, sometimes I wanna act them to act like a knight and just do what I say." But really, when it comes down to it, no, I don't want a yes man. I want, someone yeah, right. Someone who, you know, is an equal, not a subordinate, And I feel like this is when it comes to here, you do. I mean, you want, and it's Aquarius energy. I know I get it. Being an Aquarius myself, it's we want brave and courageous kings who were knights once upon a time. They can battle, but they're so much more, right? And I kind of feel like that's what's coming in there. Interesting. So that's the kind of energy, and I feel like it's some good awareness to go and just kind of look at that and go, yeah, they don't initiate a whole lot unless I'm putting forth the energy, emotional and passionate energy. And then, but it's like you're the life support system keeping it alive. And if you stop, the relationship dies, right? So you're like, yeah, I feel like there's more, you know, you want more uh, in a relationship. And you don't wanna fix it you don't wanna, like, date a knight who's on their way to try to become a king. You want someone who's a king, right? It's like you don't wanna buy a fixer-upper house that you have to repair and paint and rip out the carpet and replace the carpet and this and everything else to be able to move in. You're like, "No, I just want it to be ready to move in." I'm tired of fixer-uppers, right? And I kinda feel like that's where you're at. Okay. So that's about Billy Goat. Let's look at finances. Yay! We got the Four of Pentacles, which is a solid foundation in the material world. We like that. And yeah. And here's the Knight of Pentacles. But the Knight of Pentacles, this is the journey of abundance, the journey of the outside world. And the Nine of Swords is the nightmare and insomnia, is our fears around finances and abundance. I know we've talked before about um, when we focus in our on our fears around anything, we attract things that match that, right? Or if we have that feeling of need or want, and that we focus on that energy, it actually repels away what we're wanting and we feel we're needing, because our energy is all about, I enjoy wanting, I enjoy needing, but you can't need and want when you get it what you're wanting and needing, because the want and need goes away. So our energy of want and need actually repels away what we want or need, which is really quite interesting, right? But that's the way the energy works. Gratitude for what abundance we've had and what things we've had in our lives opens up the gateway and draws in and a lot, puts us at the same energy to be able to receive it. Because if we're down here in lower vibration and abundance is a high vibration, it hits the wall and goes, okay, well, I'll wait till you get to high vibration. And it's like, tick, tick, and then it opens up and psh, it's like the opening is down here and there's a wall. But if the opening, we move it up, then that's where the abundance is allowed to come through, if that makes sense. So I feel like you have a solid foundation of worth. And the more that you focus on gratitude to the universe, creator, whatever your feel your higher power is, of all these times that you've have this and look what I have around. And for me, a gratitude journal, and they were so overdone at the time and talked about so much gratitude journal, but when spirit was like, it will really help you, and I'm like, all right, if you say so, we'll do it. And so every day I just wrote something that I was grateful for without repeating anything, and they said 30 days. Okay, give it a 30 days. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. At the end of the 30 days, I was so changed in perception of gratitude and realizing I had so much to be grateful for, that I continued to do it. And I had said that I was going to continue to do it until I didn't feel it was needed anymore. And I almost did it for 5 months, not repeating a single thing I was grateful for, because we do have so much to be grateful for in I've got two eyes that see, or at least one eye that sees, even if I'm blind in one eye. I've got one eye. Some people don't have any sight. I've got hearing in both ears, and maybe if I have hearing in one ear, some people are deaf. I've got both arms. Some people don't have any arms. I've got both legs. I'm able to walk. I'm able to speak. And then that's just, you have so much about our bodies. And then I got electricity, I've got internet, I've got heating and air conditioning, I've got running water, clean running water. I've got an indoor, plumbing for a commode. I don't have to go to an outhouse or go out in the bush. There's just so much that and the more I was grateful for, the more grateful things started coming in. And then, and it didn't stop at 5 months because I ran out of things to be grateful for. It became such a natural part of finding gratitude in things that it just changes. So, hopefully that helps, but that's what they have for you right now, Brenda. So, yay. Oh, wait. Uh, actually, I wanna go to the well-being cards, for your fortune cookie. Can't forget the fortune cookie, and hopefully I didn't forget. No, I didn't. Okay. Alright, here we go. Mm, beautiful. There is nothing for me to guard against. There's like a little bird inside their little house here. It says, "You exist in a place of absolute well-being." Tell yourself that again and again. Know it. Be the evidence of it to give others reason to believe that all can be well. Wow. That is powerful. That is powerful. Right. And that is what they have for you, Brenda. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right, and then Maria, thank you so much for your second donation today. Many blessings. Um, all right. So how will your Valentine's with Walter be like? All right. Round two. Yeah, there you go. So Valentine's Day, any particular gift he has in mind for you? When will you finally get a car? It's not a car that he's gonna get you. Let's just a little Matchbox car. Those little cars. Okay, let's see what we got here. So how will your Valentine's Day be? All right. So you have the 7 of Swords and the 9 of Swords here around Valentine's Day. Basically, this is your spirit guide saying, let your expectations go around Valentine's Day. Otherwise, it's going to be disappointing. And, that's the way everything works, right? And we've talked about that in all the readings, right? So we know that if I am like, "Oh, I hope it's this and this and this and this and this," if one of those things doesn't happen, it feels disappointing when there was so much to be grateful for. And and it's like, "Oh, I can't get together on Valentine's Day, I'm gonna go to a Valentine's Day dance with my daughter," or I think he has a daughter. For some reason, I feel like he has a daughter, but maybe he doesn't have a child. But he's doing something like, "I can't on Valentine's Day, but we will do it this day or that day." We'll have like a Valentine's Day date. It just won't be on the day of Valentine. And it's like, "Oh," right? You have a daughter. Um, but it's like, "Oh," right? And that's because expectation equals disappointment. He has a son, you have a daughter. Oh, okay. And so there's this, maybe he has to take his son to the, to a Valentine's Day dance or something that has to chaperone. I don't know, it just feels like there's something going on where he won't be able to do it, like, on Valentine's Day itself. And then it's like, "Oh, but, we have this well, Valentine's Day, it's supposed to be all these expectations, all of this, and if they do all that, they just get to 0." But if we're like, "You know what? I am my own Valentine, and I don't expect anything. I don't expect us to get together. I don't expect a gift. I don't expect anything. Now, I'm going to do this for them, but I don't expect anything back." And then when it does, yeah, or even you won't be able, right? And it's like, "Oh, okay." So it's um, okay. Then whatever someone gives is like, "Oh, wow, it's a blessing, it's abundance," when we don't expect anything and get it, but when we expect a whole bunch and only get this, we have all this disappointment. So, abundance with no expectations, disappointment with expectations. So they're saying here, um, it all depends on your mental attitude and your expectations toward it is going to determine what it is. But I don't feel like I'm saying, I feel like it's going to be just an expression. And it's like Christmas, it's like Valentine's Day, all these holidays that are created by people for celebration, but also to sell stuff. It's all about the retail, you know, that every day is Valentine's Day, every day is Christmas, every day is an expression of love. There's other days we make it extra important and focus on it. It's like every day can be Mother's Day. We can appreciate mothers every day. We can appreciate fathers every day. Grandparents' Day. We can appreciate grandparents every day. But when we, get caught up in all that, that's what happens. Let's see. Any particular gift he has in mind? It's a secret. Got the hermit card here, and I like that because I heard it's a secret before I pulled the card. But the hermit card is that they're saying, "No, no, 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 no." It's let it be a surprise. Again, the expectations, it's like, you know what? Um, whatever they give is an expression of love, right? And even if they don't give me anything, if they express it to us, right? So I like that. Again, it's uh yeah, because the hermit card is like, it's private. Okay, sorry. All right. And then when will you finally get a car? So let's take a look here. Yeah. So your dream will come true in getting a car when you change your energy with the 10 of wands, right? And we'll talk about that. Yeah, just jumping back to the we'll look at this other thing because it's all about the energy. When our energy changes around things, we draw in things, right? So like when we get like let's say like Valentine's Day, right? It's um when we remember a time when we were afraid that they were going to break up with us and run away from us, and but they're with us and they're loving us. We can have gratitude for where they are and here we are, right? And then we realize, oh, but I want this and I want this and I want this and I want this. I'm like, oh wow, I was afraid this. I wouldn't have anything if that would have happened. So I'm grateful that they're in my life. I'm grateful for the love they show me. I'm grateful for the communication. I'm grateful for these conversations till 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm grateful that, instead of going to this birthday party, they stepped outside and went somewhere and we talked for 2 hours. I'm grateful, then more comes in, but, it's all that thing when we start to focus on what something's not being and happening and what we want to happen, we slip into that, "I want more," and then we push more away because we're focusing on the want, need, and expectations instead of focusing on the gratitude of what we have right now. Changes everything, and that's what happens here with your car. To circle back around, just to bring it all together. The 10 of Wands is investing a lot of energy, and I want a car, I want a car, I want a car, I need a car, I need a car, I need a car. And what does that do? That energy makes this dream go, psh, it pushes it away instead of drawing it in. And so when we take an inventory of our energy and what I'm investing in, instead of like, oh, I want all this, then we can go, you've had a car. Have you had a car in the past? If you have, then you could be, I'm grateful that I had that car. I'm grateful I had that car. I'm grateful I had that car. I'm grateful I had that car. I loved this about that car. I loved this about that car. I loved this about that car. I'm so grateful. And, Creator, I like a car. You ask once, and then it's all about gratitude. You're going to bring me the perfect car in the perfect way, in the perfect timing. And our energy opens us up to be able to receive instead of us pushing it away by want and need and looking at the lack that there is no car. No, I'm going to focus on all those memories and emotions that I had. Picture the cars you've had in the past and have gratitude with those and all the things you loved about it. And that changes the energy, and it does bring it in um, faster. Otherwise, way down the road, right? Let's see what else they have here. You got three other cards here. Yeah, here we go. So it's the change, it's the change of a mindset and from lack to abundance. All of that has to do that below the scenes. And then you do have victory. That's what brings victory. These fives are transformations. And that's what unfolds with that. So hopefully that helps. Yeah. And and don't focus on leaving expectations, because when I focus on I need to leave expectations, what does that do with my energy? It amplifies expectations and then I have more expectations. Don't focus on what you're trying to leave, focus on where you're trying to go. Um, I'm going to focus more on gratitude. I'm going to focus more on gratitude. Do a daily gratitude journal. Put an alarm on your phone. Life teaches us, and we all grow up. Focus on what you don't have, what you want, what you need, what you fear, what you hate. What does that do? Feeds the dark wolf, and the dark wolf gets bigger. And it's funny because there's a Native American saying, in a story of a grandparent talking to their grandchild, and they said within each of us there's a dark wolf and a white wolf, and they're always fighting for our attention, and they're battling, and the grandchild goes, "Well, grandparent, which wins?" And they were like, "Whichever one you feed." So if you feed the dark wolf, they bring more dark wolves and they poop on your carpet in the house because they don't care, they're not potty trained. But white wolves, they will, you feed them, they bring in more white wolves, and they are very clean and obedient, and they go out in the forest to go take a dump. So you don't want the dark wolf dumping on your life. You want the white wolf. It's an easier life when we're focusing on that, right? And so we feed that more and more and more. This one we don't feed, it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller automatically too. So that is what they have. Thank you, Sarah. I'm glad you enjoy it. You guys are so sweet. All right. So that's what they have for you, Maria. Oh, did we do no, we didn't do your what do you call when you at a fortune cookie? What is the fortune cookie? All right. Oh wow. Yeah, I like this. First, I seek joy, and all else follows. Higher vibration, joy and gratitude. It says, since your feeling of joy is your indication of your connection with your source, once you have achieved joy, you have achieved connection with your source. And under these circumstances, all that is good follows, right? I love that. The fortune cookie. Yeah. All right. So thank you for your additional donation and enjoy your week. Woo, woo, woo. All righty. And then we have Daisy. Hey, Daisy. You got some university funds. All right. Let's give that some love and a like here. Excuse me. Thank you so much for your donation. I know how limited your college funds are. So thank you so much. I miss you too. You've been busy evidently, and you got good news. You have a crush on someone in your chemistry class. Whoa, you haven't talked yet, but we made a few glances at each other. Oh, college dollars. That's what you call it. I see it now. All right, Daisy, let's take a look here. So, what will happen next in this adventure in chemistry? Chemistry with someone in chemistry class. Whoa. So, based on current energies, What does Spirit want you to know about what will unfold here? The glances. The glances. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, the bottom of the deck, we got the Lovers card coming in here. So there seems to be some little energy that's a flow in here. There is it's an important relationship energy that comes in. So let's see. That's the bottom of the deck. So the underlying energy is there is this draw, and I think it's beyond chemistry. Feels like there's something we'll see here in these other cards, but it feels like kind of a past life connection draw. It's almost like when you went into the class, they were almost glowing in the dark, maybe a rainbow shooting out of their butt too, and you're just like, there's something about them. You know, that was happening here. Let's see here. You got one card over here, and then two cards, two cards, two cards, and one card over here. So I feel like these are you guys on either side. We've got the High Priestess on one side, and we've got the Five of Swords on the other. So it's air energy. So we have someone very intellectual over there, maybe an air sign or a Capricorn or Virgo. So, but there's this conflict between their head and their heart. You, High Priestess, very deep in your emotions, your feelings, your expression. So there is this, I'm going to say, purpose of your meeting. Um, and I feel like this is what they're on one end and you're on the other, and you help draw each other to the middle, is what I feel with this. And then we'll see what these cards are in the middle here. Yeah. So you have the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Knight of Swords is movement of thought and belief and mindset and letting go of thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you anymore, that have cheated you out of opportunities and cheated you out of things before. And I like this. I feel like you both are helping each other mirror and let go of the fears, let go of just because these things happened in the past doesn't mean that has to happen with us. And I like this. I feel like you guys are very um like you guys are going to end up communicating and like over coffee or something and just talk. You guys are going to feel a lot of similarities of things that happened in the past. And you're like, me too, me too, me too. So I like this, um draw that comes in here. And yeah, and if you have an opportunity, like they go, all right, you need a we're gonna do, I don't know if you have lab with your chemistry class, but if you need a lab partner, you can be like, you know, don't be afraid to do that because I feel like they might be tentative a little bit, but you're like, do you wanna? And he'll be like, yeah, or maybe they do that to you. But I feel like lab partners is a good start. And now I'm if you are a Twilight fan, I'm flashing back to when Edward and Bella met at that table. That's funny. Yeah, and then you also have here the Five of Cups and this power of choice. And so you've got the mind stuff with the two swords. This is Cancer energy with the Chariot, and then Cups with the Five of Cups. I like this. So, there's this energy that comes in here of teaching each other emotional choices of stories, choices of emotions. I just feel like there's this great, um, both emotional and mental connection that you guys have here, and you guys learn a lot through interacting with one another. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. And just take your time. You have temperance here. Temperance is, it's alchemy. It's going back and forth. That you start off with a base metal. Here, chemistry. You start off with a base metal in one cup. Then you have another cup. And as you pour it into the other, there's this magic that happens. And as it goes back and forth and you pour it back and forth, it's transforming slowly into gold until eventually it just turns to gold. And here's the gold. You have the 10 of Pentacles, which is abundance in the outside world. It can also be relationship. It's one of my relationship partnership cards. So I just feel like the energy is there is a great opportunity and possibility for you guys to, move forward into relationship. But don't rush it with that temperance card. Just start off with lab partner or um, going out for a coffee, just take it slow um, as things unfold, of course. So I like that. um, yeah. So I feel like that is what they want you to know there. Um, you'd also get a fortune cookie. And I want to go to the Art of Manifestation Oracle for yours. There we go. Let's see what else they want you to know here. Yeah, open yourself to possibility. We even use the word possibility. And it says almost everyone holds some limiting beliefs about themselves. That's that 7 of Swords, our limiting beliefs. These perceptions block us from receiving the infinite support of the universe. So this card is an invitation to reassess and to look beyond these limitations and to recognize that in opening yourself to possibility, you automatically invite positive change into your life. So, like, get out of the head and allow those things to come forward, right? Not Twilight. You don't want him to go, oh, and leave. And I need to get out of class. I can't be in class with her because I want to suck her blood. You're like, no. Yeah. It's beautiful. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for your donation. And I'm excited. Yeah. Keep us in the loop. And chemistry. Ugh, yeah. And maybe a good study partner, right? Hey, do you wanna like study together and prepare for the exam? Whatever. I like it. All right. So many blessings to you, my dear. Good to see you. And then Raymond, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. And then you want to know, will your Aquarius reach out soon? Oh, to argue or reconcile or both? All right. Yeah, I remember we had this question before, right? So we'll see if things are changing here. We'll see what we get. It sounds familiar. Yeah, the lab partner thing, right? Watch his name be Edward. You're like, shut up. All right. So, Raymond, let's take a look here. So, will they reach out soon? We'll see here with the soonness. And then to argue, I like that. Argue, reconcile, or both to argue and reconcile. That is funny. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, the bottom of the deck, you got the star card, which is the Aquarius energy. So, how fitting is that? There is very much Aquarian energy flowing underneath the surface here. Underneath that, we have the sun card. Are you a fire sign by chance, Leo? But there is this brightness, the sun and the stars in the sky here. Yeah, this energy, just before going into the cards that came out, the bottom of the deck, a sun is a star in the sky for some of us, like people outside of our galaxy will look back or our solar system, look back and see our sun, but that would be a star in the sky to them, just like other stars that we see are suns in other places. But what it's telling me is that there's this fire on both sides, right? It does take two to argue, right? So Whether they call to argue or not, definitely it um, it wouldn't. It depends. Are we going to accept the invitation to the argument and also inflame and battle, or is that what we want? Do we want reconciliation or do we want an argument? We get to decide too, right? I can uh, turn down my heat for a little bit so I don't ignite and react instead of respond, right? So I like that. So is it going to be soon? Let's take a look here. We got the devil card. Got Capricorn. They're in their minds here. This is Capricorn energy. Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. Air sign, big thinkers. Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn rising. Big thinkers. So this is that they're in their head and they're really contemplating things. I don't feel like it's going to be like soon. I feel like they're still rehashing a lot and replaying a lot of stuff, challenging what sparked them here. So I don't feel like it's going to be soon, like next week. I'm reaching out into the timeline here. It's spirit. When it comes to time, they're like, "What's time? We're eternal beings." Really? It's like if we got all concerned about milliseconds, which are 0.00000 of a second. They're like, "Really? Let's just enjoy the time." So when I reach out in time, sometimes it gets a little uh, foggy, and but this 15 of the Capricorn is standing out here. 15 days, is that too soon? 15 days feels more closer than 15 weeks. So anywhere between 15 day with not like after, not within the next 15 days, but like in 15 days from now, I feel like it's going to be in that period of time. Let's see what else they have here though. Um are they going to argue? You know, they do have these with the 5 of Pentacles, these thoughts about feeling abandoned, left behind out in the cold that go back to their childhood. And so I feel like they will bring forward not so much feelings, but thoughts because they're air sign. They, even though they're water bearers, they contain their emotions very well in little Tupperware containers. But they will share their thoughts about abandonment and being left behind and these feelings of lack and not enough kind of stuff that's there. Um, are they wanting reconciliation? Well, we got the 5 of Wands, which is fives are transformative energy. So the 5 of Pentacles is about wanting to change. The 5 of Wands is wanting to change a situation. So there's this energy that comes in with all this that they're telling me it's like reconciliation, but we can't go back to the way things have always have been. We can't keep doing what we've always done and get what we've always gotten. You know, it has to change. There has to be a change in order for reconciliation to happen, right? Yeah. And the Hanged Man here too, which is about, seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things from a capital T truth, seeing things like hanging upside down from a different perspective. And so that's why I feel like they're really doing a lot of contemplation with this Devil card, Capricorn, Saturn energy, revisiting a lot of long held beliefs around supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's, and I feel like that's the conflict has to be resolved, otherwise you're just going to keep repeating the patterns. And so while there's this um suspension, this pause of action, it happens on purpose to give us time to look at what, in this conflict, in this thing that happened, What was I fearing? Why did I react, right? Because if you didn't react and they did, they would eventually calm down, right? And if you reacted and they didn't, you'd eventually calm down. There would be conversation. But usually, what happens is when humans feel unsafe and out of control, we both react and we attack, or run away, or we pull away, right? Or we attack and then pull away, like a hissing cat. Ow, pshroom, right? Um, so it gives you time to really look at, because you can't even try to understand the Aquarius and know what's going on inside them. You just don't worry about it, right? They'll figure out their piece. But your only power and control is figuring out what your piece in it was, right? Where were my triggers? Where were my fears? What was I trying to control? What was I trying to fix? Um, what did I feel was broken? What are my expectations that were I had disappointment around? Those allow me to look at those things, because that's where my transformation has to happen. Their transformation has to happen in their journey. And then there can be reconciliation with change and how we communicate, and understanding that. But if we don't, we're just going to keep argument, 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 just repeating the cycle over and over again, which, right, that's what they call insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result equals humanity. That's what we do, right? So hopefully that helps. Um, you also get a fortune cookie here. Let me see here. I do want to go to the Art of Manifestation Oracle for your. So I feel the energy is taking us here. What else? Okay. Oh, well, it might be good. You're like, you know what? This is a good idea. Walk away. Just walk away. You're like, that sounds like a lot of work. Walk away from this situation! Exclamation point. When we face a challenging or unhealthy situation, it can be hard to let go and move on. Sometimes we stay in the hope that someone else will change, or perhaps we are so fearful of the unknown that we remain in the safety of a known and yet toxic situation. Wow. This card validates your entitlement to leave. Mm, yeah, that's pretty powerful there, Raymond. So hopefully that helps a little bit. I know, relationships with humans. I think it's the Course in Miracles that says relationships are designed to teach us unconditional love and patience. And truth has never been clearer than that. But you can take this as you will with that. But I definitely feel like it's something to contemplate and going, why do I want to hold on to this relationship? Why do I have the hope that they'll change and that they'll come back? But if we don't change, we'll just keep drawing in similar people too. So it's a good opportunity to reflect on what you learned about yourself and what triggers you have, because otherwise, we'll just draw in more mirrors that reflect it anyway. Trust me, I know. 5 relationships with the same person in someone else's body. Hopefully, you will be a faster learner than me. All right, so hang in there, and thank you again for your donation. All right. All right, then we do have an additional donation. NC, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. And is it in your highest good to start your PhD? All right. I think you're dangerous enough with the smarts you already have. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look. So let's see here. What we'll do here, let's see the energy. If you pursue your PhD, what do they want you to know in pursuing your PhD? Yeah. Felt like there was going to be some et cetera, et cetera, et cetera on the bottom here. All right. Let's move these over here. So the bottom of the deck, interesting. Wow. 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 Sorry. So you got the hermit card. When I first got the hermit card, yeah, you're gonna whoops, wrong way here. Got the hermit card. The hermit card is like someone guide. This is like usually it's spirit guiding us. But I felt when I got this, I don't normally get this with the hermit card. It was like a guide helping people, helping guide people. And I feel like that is a big piece of your drive for wanting to do what you do with your PhD, and you want to help guide people, teach people, show people, shine a bright light on their dark paths, and give them light and guidance, right? So they can make educated decisions. And then you got the magician card, which is all about spark and initiative and bringing forward an action energy. And then you got and then when I went, wow, you got the 8 of Pentacles, which is one of my school cards, higher education and schooling. So I feel like with these cards, if we just stopped here, this is a yes, it's definitely you, how you express your this is your higher self, how you bring down this energy to the earth. And it's like this is um, how you help bring this energy that you have within you to the world. So I like that. Let's see what these other cards are here as well. So, Ace of Cups, yeah, joy and happiness. With the Ace of Cups, joy overflowing, filling up and overflowing out to the world. So that's very, very supported there. That's what these three cards are here. Yeah, and I like this. It's like look beyond the lack. The 5 of Pentacles are any beliefs in lack and not having enough money and things like that. And the 3 of Swords is like fear of disappointment, fear of failure. Because behind it all, it's like when you clear away that, you have the Empress, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, following your heart, creativity, harvest, abundance. Very positive card. And so it's like looking beyond those fears of failure, the fears of disappointing others or being disappointed, or and then the belief in lack, right? When you say here, your family is pressuring you not to because oh, you'd be away from them. Oh, that also is the hermit. Okay. Oh, your current job pays well, so you're torn. Yeah. And that has that does with that lack, right? It's like, but if you don't do it, when you're 80 years old looking back on your life, will you wish you had more money and worked more and had that, or that you did this and you were able to expand how you help everyone and do that, right? Yeah, the King of Wands, you are the one. You're the emperor in charge of your life, right? The King of Wands. You decide what you want to do, you make a plan and you go for it, right? So, you know, there's ways around that. Yeah, I'm gonna be away from my family, but Skype, there's all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, you'll regret it, and you'll look back and go, "Oh, I wish I had." Right? King of Swords, you got the King of Wands, the King of Swords, the Empress, all this energy, and that's higher education too with the King of Swords. So, um, if I didn't get it from the bottom of the deck with the Eight of Pentacles, they brought it through with the King of Swords on your spread here. So it's definitely supported here. Let's look here. These 4 cards on the bottom that are like 4 dots, etc., 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 tells me where this leads you. If you get your PhD, what is this going to bring into your life? Let's see what we have here. Yeah, peace of mind. That you do put your mind at rest. It's like when you decide you're like, I can make this happen and I'm going to do fine. But it's the mental peace of mind. You're like, this is what I wanted to do. This is like something I've really wanted in my life, and it brings you the peace there. Yeah, here's the judgment card. Here's the higher self calling you to a different place. They're saying this is your calling, this PhD, and what you're wanting to do. It's one of the big purposes you came down here to accomplish. It's part of your um, not fate, because it's still willpower and power of choice, But one of the things we have a very high expression of our life, and then the low expression when we come in and we do nothing. And then we have the highest expression where we're living the highest expression of who we are. And I feel like this is what is coming in here. It's going for it. Yeah. Yeah. The five of um, cups here, which is about transformation of emotion that comes in here. And I'm not sure what your PhD is, but the five of cups, it allows people, there's something that you do with your PhD that allows people to transform their emotions. It takes them from a lower vibrational fear energy and low worth into higher vibration and um, empowerment instead of powerlessness, limitlessness instead of feeling limited. So whatever you do with your PhD, it feels like that you do impact people and you really help them transform their lives and turn their lives around, because here's the three of cups when we focus in a lower vibration, but behind the scenes is the two of cups, which is our power of choice card, power of emotional choice. And it's like you help people turn their lives around with your because of your PhD. Hopefully that resonates for you. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. You do get buku bucks. You hear like the Empress is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, following your heart. You have a harvest and you're able to nurture and help others, but it is a harvest and it is abundance. It's one of the abundance cards. So definitely worth it. Yeah. So I say go for it. Boom, boom, boom. You'll find a way, whatever obstacle, whatever you feel like is if you did like a chart of the advantages, the disadvantages, or the benefits and the challenges. The challenges, yeah, money's good, but money's not everything. Um, it doesn't bring us happiness. We could wake up every day and go to a job and just feel like we're existing, but we don't feel like we're living, and after a while, it'll just become too much. Well, you'll leave it anyway. And family, we've got Skype, we've got email and phone and all of that. And it's not forever. Can get through it, can print out a giant picture of you, life size, let them, you can put it on a wall. They can look at you every day. There's always a way, right? All right. You are very welcome. And thank you so much. Oh, wait. You also get your fortune cookie. We can't forget that. So, what's this one? All right. Yeah. So you got the allow yourself to receive. It's time for you to be able to receive this here. It says one of the greatest blocks in our ability to manifest our greatest desires is an inability to allow ourselves to receive. This card asks you that you take some time to identify any inner beliefs, perceptions, and attitudes that stop you from receiving, and one by one, remove these resistances. So there you go. Resistance is futile. It's time uh, to pursue your PhD. All right, very good. And thank you again for your donation. I appreciate you. All right, everybody, I'm about to head off to go spend some time with my Praying Mantis members and eat, but I will return. So, for all of you that did not get to your free readings yet, do not despair. We shall return. Be just probably a couple hours, but I will come back and complete all readings. It'll be a new stream. And when I come back, I will list a pinned comment on there. So I just make sure I'm not missing anyone. I'm just taking screenshots, so I will do it in order. My YouTube channel members, free readings will be first, and then we'll jump into all the other free readings. But I will list them out in a pinned comment so that you can find your reading and more quickly and see where that's at. All right. So thank you guys for your patience in getting to those readings, and thank you for all the love and all the support. I'm so grateful and so blessed. I'm so glad we're in this journey together. and especially this year as we go through everything. And in the meantime, while you're waiting, we do have, if you want to be interested in getting into a drawing for a free personal recorded reading from me, if you check out uh, any of these 2025 energy forecasts by individual zodiac sign, it tells you in there how you can get into that drawing. And then you can also have your forecast for the year. Just make sure to watch the entire video. It's within there how you enter. We also have Aquarius New Moon video that came out. We have the Quest of the Wind Horse that talks about how to use your mental energy for your most benefit. We also have an Aquarius season video that came out. There's a lot of content, I know, I'm sorry. Also, the solstice season, which runs from December 20th to March 20th. And then the Zen Gate, which is the magician's portal. It talks a lot about how we can use the most of that energy. And there's a reading in there too. So if you're looking for some answers while you wait for me to return, all those are free if you'd like to look into those. But remember, as you're going through this wonderful adventure that every second of every day, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, hang in there, take care of yourself, have fun. We'll see you soon.